IBM came out with a technology that allows you to run mainframe on an Intel-based server, PC, laptop. It was designed for single usage, okay? So one individual uses the machine, and then it gets wiped out when they're done with it, and they can start all over again. This really wasn't practical for CA, so what we did was create an environment, change the environment so that it would be doable for entire CA development teams. So a lot of the design and architecture that went into changing the IBM supplied systems, some of it was very advanced, and as part of that, I actually went out and applied for a couple patents. The patents did not make it through, so I then pursued getting support to write a book, which I did. The original intent of the book was to write strictly a technical manual to showcase to our customers and partners how they can take a new technology and make it much better, much more usable, and friendlier. Yeah, actually what happened along the way was the decision was made, and it was recommended to us by the publisher that we write the book so that executives could take the book, read the book, understand what it was that we were doing, not just write a technical manual. So by doing that, we had to change the way we were writing our chapters. So basically what we did when we wrote our chapters is we wrote the first part of each chapter was a general overview that almost anybody in the computer field could read, or a layperson could read, and get some understanding of what that chapter is going to be about. The middle part of the chapter is where we would delve into deeper technical, and then at the end of the chapter we would have a use case to show you how to use in a very practical, real sense on your own systems what we talked about in the chapter. So we followed a completely different flow than the intent. Showing CA's thought leadership, ingenuity, our innovative spirit, we actually took one of our partners, competitors, IBM, we took their technology, which was very good, but we took it, we enhanced it, we made it better, we made it easier, and again, made it far more maintainable than IBM had originally intended. So we really want our customers to see that CA can go forth with new technologies, and also to showcase our knowledge of data centers. CA, at least on the mainframe side, being a software development company, a lot of techniques we used as part of the enhancements to the ZPDT can be found in any data center, the way we do backups and recovery and things like that. I think the big message of the book is the alternative techniques that we used. We creatively adapted and enhanced the environments to be a multi-user environment. We have multiple layers of recovery. We have 24/7 availability. We made it easy to upgrade, easy to update the systems. Has the look and feel of a real mainframe. So if you were sitting on the ZPDT working, on a server working, it would look just like you're working on a regular CA mainframe LPAR. IBM, when you're done using the system, if you want to upgrade to a new operating system or an IBM subsystem or middleware, you basically have to completely rebuild the systems, losing all your data, whereas with the changes that we made, none of that is necessary. We can just update the system, update operating systems. So it makes it just far more usable, maintainable, and like that. Basically, I don't think the message has changed. The ZPDT technology that IBM created is still very relevant. If you take their technology along with the book, which is really a roadmap okay, to creating exactly what we have here at CA that is more usable, maintainable, sustainable. It is a much, much better environment than IBM ever would have imagined. In fact, the IBMers that I know and talk about and have seen, what we've done are very impressed with, the way we've taken the ZPT technology and enhanced it. When I first started writing this book, the intention was a technical writing book. I've written so much technical doc, I thought the book would be quite easy to do. But with the changes, and the book is much better the way it's written now than the original intent was, is that I would recommend, if possible, to at least have one other author. Another author makes it much easier if you run into like a writer's block, or as you're going through the flow of the book and you're trying to decide, should I go this way or should I go this way? There's a couple alternatives to how you want to write the book or how you want the flow to go. And having another person, another party involved, who has some knowledge of what you're writing about, just makes the whole flow of the book and the writing process much easier. And it works, of course, on both sides. If your co-author would run into issues, he or she can come to you and you can work out exactly how you want the book to look and how you want the flow to go. A case in point is we decided at one point to put some use cases in each of our chapters to showcase the chapter. And we did that in a couple of chapters. We said, gee, why don't we just follow the flow from chapter 1 all the way through chapter 12 or 13, where we're actually doing all the chapters where we're doing the technical work and the build-up, because the book, like I say, is a roadmap. So if you followed the use case, if you had someone very technical and they just went in the book and followed the use cases from chapter to chapter, they would have an environment similar to ours. So very, very important, I think, depending on the book or whatnot, is to have a co-author. It just makes life so much easier. The other thing that I would say, if you're concerned about writing the book and you're concerned about any perils, if I dare call them perils or concerns, is that we found that the CA Press, the publisher arm of CA, they handled everything for us. Any questions we had for the publisher, any questions, some of our chapters are written, some written by me, some written by my co-author. Some of the stuff we were getting back, there were different comments on different chapters and for different styles. And instead of us trying to contact the publisher directly, we just go to the CA Press. We talk to Karen and say, hey, Karen, we have a question on this. And we had no issues, no glaring issues in writing the book. But anytime we had a question, we used CA Press, and it was excellent. The way they treated us, the way they had a good relationship with the publisher, and it just made everything much easier. So I would say that the two important things are, if you can have a co-author, it's tremendous. And don't fear writing the book or dealing with a publisher or something like that. The CA Press folks are great people to work with.